For our next topic, we will be talking about plant growth and development. Okay? Plant growth and development. So ang growth and development pala sa halaman magkaiba. Ano yung pagkakaiba ng mga to? Kapag sinabi po nating growth, we refer to the irreversible increase. So yung paglaki, okay, or yung pagtaas, increase ng plant size, plant volume, mass, or cell number if we're talking about cells. So when we talk about growth, ang tinitignan lang pala natin dyan ay yung paglaki. Okay? Hindi yung pag-mature, paglaki. So kapag lumaki yung halaman, growth na po yun. Pag lumaki yung mga dahon niya, growth na po yun. Kapag mas marami na siyang plant cell, growth na po yun. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng ang development naman, dyan na yung pumapasok yung life cycle or life stages ng halaman. So for example, yung pagkakaroon ng specialized function, yung pamumulaklak, yan, development na po yan. Kapag mamamatay na yung halaman, yung senescent stage, development po yan. So it doesn't necessarily mean increase in plant size, pero ang development, mas nakafocus po yan dun sa iba't ibang life stages ng ating halaman. Okay? So yun yung difference between growth and development. So of course, not all growth are development. Hindi lahat ng growth are development. Pero all development can be a form of growth. Okay? Kasi sa development, importante rin na magkaroon ng growth yung ating halaman. So part ng development ang growth. Pero ang growth, hindi lahat ng growth sa halaman ay considered development. Kasi sa development, we're talking about life stages. Like for example, maturation, flowering, fruit formation, etc. Now, when we talk about plant growth, meron kang tatlong processes that involve. No? Bakit lumalaki ang halaman? So, meron kang tatlong reasons kung ba't lumalaki ang halaman. Una, nagdi-divide yung mga plant cells sa loob ng halaman. So, dumadami yung plant cells. Ang tawag mo doon, cell division. Pangalawang reason, lumalaki yung mga mismong cells. Tawag natin doon, cell enlargement. So, lumalaki ang halaman kapag lumaki yung cells na nasa loob niya. And finally, siguro mas related na to sa, plant growth pa rin naman. Finally, cell differentiation, yung last process ng plant growth. Which means, yung mga cells, they become specialized. Yung ibang mga cells, for example, nagiging part ng epidermis. Yung iba naman, nagiging xylem. Yung iba, nagiging phloem. Yung iba, nagiging root hairs. So, ito yung tatlong processes that is involved in plant growth. Again, pag sinabi nating tatlong processes involved in plant growth, ang unang reason would be cell division. Dumadami yung cells sa loob ng halaman. Cell enlargement. Lumalaki yung mga cells sa loob ng halaman. And cell differentiation, kung saan nag-i-specialize yung cells sa iba't ibang mga tissues. Okay? Now, dako naman tayo sa development. Usually, ang development natin sa mga textbooks, dalawa lang yan. Ano yung dalawang important na development stages ng ating halaman? Una, vegetative stage. Kapag vegetative stage, yan po yung stage kung saan yung halaman ay nag-produce ng roots, stems, at saka leaves. Okay? Yung mga vegetative structures niya ay kanyang produce. Vegetative stage po yan. At the same time, kapag yung halaman natin ay nag-create na ng flowers, fruits, at saka seed, ang tawag mo naman doon ay reproductive stages. Kaya naman, under development, meron lang tayong tinatawag na vegetative to reproductive transition. Usually, ito lang yung tinitignan natin na mga important stages ng plant growth. Vegetative at reproductive. Now, in relation to development, balikan rin natin yung lesson natin on source-sink transition. Okay? Or yung lesson natin on the source-sink relationship. So, ulitin ko, ano ang pinagkaiba ng source doon sa sink? Okay? Yung source natin, yan po yung producer or exporter ng energy. Okay? Yun yung source. Siya yung nagpo-produce at siya yung nag-e-export, hindi energy pala, ng sugar, particularly sucrose. Okay? Okay? Or pwede rin naman na yung ating source, siya rin yung mag-export or mag-produce mag-export, hindi mag-produce, mag-export ng water and minerals. So, yun yung source. Basically, yung source, siya yung nagpo-provide doon sa ating sink. Kasi yung sink natin, kung yung source mo yung exporter, yung sink mo naman, siya yung importer. Siya yung nagre-receive. Okay? Or siya yung consumer. Siya yung nagko-consume ng mga sucrose or water and minerals na galing sa iyong source. So, sink is the receiver, source is the giver. Okay? Ngayon, sa halaman, hindi naman po permanently ang isang tissue or ang isang plant part ay source at yung isa ay sink. Nagkakaroon niyang transition yan. For example, tignan natin ang dahon. Okay? Ang dahon, kapag maliit pa yan, okay, that is a young expanding leaf, usually, yan po ay sink. Okay? Maliit pa siya, baby pa yung dahon. So, siya ay receive lamang po ng receive ng sugar. Pero kapag yan ay nag-mature na, naging mature leaves na, yung ating dahon, instead na maging sink, nag-iiba yung kanyang role. So, from sink, kapag naging mature leaf na yan, nagiging source na. Okay? Nagiging parent na siya, kumbaga, quote-unquote, nagiging parent na siya. Siya na ngayon yung nag-e-export ng sugar and other minerals to other sink organs. Okay? So, kung mapapansin nyo, under this transition, lahat ng mga bata, usually, kumari mga growing roots, mga young leaves, mga shoots, yan po yung mga sink natin. Whereas yung mga source naman natin, yan yung mga mature organs, like mature leaves, okay? Mga stems, for example, stored carbohydrates sa stems. Sila yung mga nagiging source. But at the same time, pwede ring maging sink, for example, yung mga flowers, fruits, and developing seeds natin. So kapag nag-mature na yung halaman, namulaklak na ito, nagkaroon na ng bunga, meron ng buto, yung bunga, nagiging sink yung mga yan kasi dyan papunta yung mga sucrose, okay? Yung mga sugar. Right? At the same time, yung mga storage organs, for example sa patatas, yung stored carbohydrates sa kanyang stem, nagiging source naman din po yan. Kasi dyan nang gagaling yung asukal na binabato at tinatransport sa iba't ibang mga plant parts. So gusto ko lang kayong i-review on this source-sink transition. Now, ulitin ko, ano ang mahalagang transport system ng mga source natin? Phloem at saka xylem. And ano yung form of sugar na tinatransport from the source to the sink? Sucrose po yan. Okay? So kapag tinanong ulit kayo sa exam, ano yung form of assimilate? Okay? Ano yung form of food assimilate na tinatransport from the source going to the sink? Sucrose yan. At ang nagtatransport ay yung phloem. Now, aside from your phloem, meron ka ring xylem. Pero ang xylem, siya na ngayon yung nagtatransport ng iba't ibang water and mineral molecules. Okay? So I hope medyo klaro na yung discussion natin on source-sink relationship in relation to development. Okay?